first toasty has the medicine in a jar, and it's mixed in with the avocado. The medicine in a jar is just the sauerkraut tonic. This is the immune boosting. This is the one that you hear me say all the time about how the father of naturopathy, he wrote about the sauerkraut brine being the broom that came through and swept out the intestine, meaning that he was talking about the little children that had all wormies. But parasites are a real problem today, not just for our children but with everybody. So this is the tonic. It's, as I call it, the medicine in a jar. It's just so simple to make and expensive. It's just made with the humble cabbage, and the world needs this. It's just so immune boosting. And of course you can use it in your food preparation. You replace it with where you would use salt, but your goddess tip is just don't put it into your food whilst it's cooking, because all these good beasties that the mighty invisible organisms, aka the microbes, have performed for us, that gut loving goodness, that will be destroyed if we do put it into heat. So here we've put it into nice cold foods. In this case, the little toasty is made with avocado. So the avocado, and you just mix through the sauerkraut brine, and then you top it. Here I've done a little topping of some fresh cucumber. I've filled it with turmeric, which is the fermented turmeric, which is also one of the 10 for 10. Put some little pickled onions, which are little ferments, and some nice little fresh sprouts. And then here we have the falafel pickles, the little pretty sour satisfying. Now these, you can do so much with these. They can be like a little topping on your food, as with here with the toasties, or you can combine it. See, I've combined it as to go onto the bottom there as a spread. Now what that's combined with another fermented chutney. That's our pomegranate chutney. And a relish and a chutney or a pickle, if you combine the two, it's just a magic, just marriage made in heaven. In this case it is. This is your fermented, lacto-fermented pink falafel pickle, which is the beetroot and the turmeric with the ginger and turmeric and a little bit of spice if you wish, and then you combine it with, here I've combined it with a soaked walnut and the cranberry and pomegranate relish. Oh, and the flavour. I wish you could taste it. It is just so beautiful. So it's great like as a little dip with your crudettes, or here as a spread for the toasties. Then we went to kimchi, the quickie kimchi, which, because we use 10 foods, so we use the same daikon radish, and we use the wombok cabbage this time, so it'll ferment a lot quicker. So it's only like a 2 to 3 day ferment for this little quickie kimchi, and all these ferments are made in less than 10 minutes. So this isn't like the traditional kimchi where you see me paint on a paste with a paintbrush and think, oh, it's too much time. So these are all made in less than 10 minutes. I've listened to you where you've said it's just too time consuming. So I've put together 10 wonderful ferments that you can make in less than 10 minutes. And this kimchi, it's very tasty. Here we've topped it up on a nice little toasty with a nice little kefir cheese base, and then we've poached an egg in a broth of a shiitake mushroom and seaweed. And we put some greens in there to wilt as well. And so we just topped that on there. And that's the great thing of kimchi. It makes a beautiful topping. You can use it in so many of your food preparations. But here we're talking toasties. Then the next fermented there we've got is the coconut chutney. The one that's very quick again to make and very quick to ferment. Another couple 2 to 3 day ferments. Those little black things in there are the black mustard seeds, which gives it a beautiful little spice. And normally it's lovely to serve with a curry, but here we've served it on a toasty, and we've put it with pineapple, and it's got the little fermented turmeric again served on top there, and it's got some little finger limes with it too. How pretty is that? That's very tasty as well as a toasty. So our next toasty, it has the tomato salsa. So the tomato salsa again is a very quick ferment to make, very tasty. Anyone will eat your tomato salsa. Can't even find my tomato salsa. Got too many here. There's supposed to only be 10, but 10's a lot. So there you go. There's your tomato salsa. Very tasty. And if you find that it is a bit sour, just always mix in a little bit of avocado with it on serving. Here we have done that, and we've also topped it with a little bit of avocado onto the toast. So that's your tomato salsa. And then we went on to vinegars. We made beautiful vinegars. We made a calcium rich and a mineral rich vinegar, which was very quick to make, and like magic it just dissolved the eggshell, so it drew out all the calcium from the eggshell, which is very good for our bodies, but it's also very tasty. You can use it and you can actually immerse things in it. And the same with the next one, which was the medicinal liqueur, which the father of medicine, Hippocrates, said, you know, was great for fevers, for convalescence, and even for wounds. So it's wonderful. So if you do use an alcohol, that's what you use as your base. I've used one, I actually used a sake, and what I did with it, once we'd put all the herbs in and we'd strained it off, I actually poached pears, very lightly poached a pear, and soaked those, let those infuse in there. Oh, and they are just so perfect. And here I've made a little tiger nut cheese with the kefir. So I've spread that first. Then I've put the pears and also figs, the little baby figs. They were soaked into the medicinal liqueur. So there's so much that you can do for toasties. It's great that you can have like a little snack. To take it one step further, I then made the fig into a paste, which is also put onto there, which is separate. This is a little date bread. So that's just a lovely little marriage there as well. So with the paste, what we added to that, we needed to have a little bit of pepper, like a little bit of spice. So in the number 9, which is where we've got the calcium and mineral rich vinegar, we also gave a bonus of the fire cider, where it has all the warming ingredients like horseradish and chili and onion, turmeric and ginger, and it's just wonderful. Now this is what the world needs. Everybody needs a shot at the moment of fire cider. So what you do is you strain it off. You get it onto a bottle. The bottle does not need to be refrigerated, but what you strain, that does need to refrigerate it, and this will just keep indefinitely. So what I've done is when I've made those figs, I've then blended it to a paste with a good handful of this, so it just gives it that mighty little kick, and it just makes a beautiful little fig paste. This can be used in all of your cooking, and you can cook with this one. It's not like probiotic rich. So this is just a wonderful little, it adds that little boost to your food, and you'll get to know how much that you can put in. The other thing that we did make was the salted citrus. We made the salted lemons, but you can use any citrus, as we've got in the bottles there. And we combined a paste with that, with another beautiful old salty fruit, your black olive, and that's a beautiful paste. So your salted lemon and your olives, that'll make a lovely paste that you can use to spread onto your toasties. You can also spread it on pumpkin and pop it into the oven. It's a beautiful baked dish. So that's my toasties. So we'll toast to the 10. If you haven't got your 10 for 10 yet, all you have to do is follow the link and pay your $10, and you'll get the 10 videos to follow along, the 10 downloads. It's not going to be up for another 10 days. It's only going to be up for another couple of days, and then it'll go the way of the dodo, because it will then go onto our course platform for our membership, which is an experience.